Now moving on to day 5. I still think it's a shame that the entire Rebels cast is still not made into the 6-inch form, but I guess this is what we got so far, and we're gonna have to make do until the rest get released. Anyway, so now move on to day 5 with Darth Revan. And now move on to day 5, which is Darth Revan. Now, while I personally don't have any attached to the character, seeing as I have not played the Knights of the Old Republic games, I think the design is fantastic, and I think he transitioned really well into the 6-inch scale. Since the original 3 3/4-inch figure is near impossible to find due to the fact that it is a quite old figure, and due to the popular character, even this figure is quite hard to find, and the only reason why I was able to get it is to actually get a full-on case assortment. From what I read up on the character, he's actually a really interesting character, and hopefully someday he'll be transitioned into the new canon, although I kinda doubt it. Anyways, now moving on to the box. The box has a picture of Darth Revan's helmet there, and shows that it is number 35, and it has a bio as normal, which might actually be pretty good for those who don't know anything about the character, since he is not based on anything on the current canon. Anyways, we'll now move on to the figure itself. Unfortunately, just off the bat, the head is the weakest part of the figure. Due to the somewhat hard plastic headpiece, the only thing that moves is actually his helmet, although it's quite restrictive. You're not going to get a whole lot of movement in general there, so that's kind of a disappointment already there. Articulation in the shoulders are not really hindered, although the frontal movement is a bit blocked due to the piece here, but other than that, it's still pretty decent. He does have ball joints at the elbows, and has a good range of movement in the wrists. He has really nice waist articulation with no hindrance, and because of the overall sculpt, it is quite hidden underneath all the designs, so that's nice. This piece actually is a somewhat separate piece, since it does move a tad bit, but the overall sculpt is still pretty much intact in the entire piece there. He has good range of movement in the hips, swivels at the thighs, although it is hidden underneath the actual cloak piece, double joints at the knees, and fully jointed ankles, so that's really nice. He does have a soft goods cape as well as the soft goods bottom part of the suit here, and this is also made of a soft plastic, as I mentioned, so he does have a lot of soft goods going for it, although it doesn't really hurt the overall impression of the figure, so that's good. He does have really nice design in the cuts and tears in his actual cape to make it look like he is quite battle-worn, and I think he's actually somewhat one of the more stylized figures in the entire line because of that. He does have 2 really nice looking lightsabers with 2 different sculpts, since that is accurate to the design of his lightsabers. And I think the blades are removable, but I actually do not want to remove them in fear I might actually snap the piece off. Other than that, I think this is a really nice figure, and if you're a fan of the character from the Knights of the Old Republic, then this is a definite must-buy. Anyways, we're going to take a look at one more comparison with some of the other Sith characters in the 6-inch scale so far. And from what I can tell, this is so far the only Sith or Dark Force users in the entire 6-inch scale so far. Outside of the other version of Kylo Ren, the overall designs, this is all we got in the 6-inch scale. And hopefully maybe sometime in the future we'll see more of Sith-like characters in this particular line. Maybe more characters from Knights of the Old Republic might be something cool to see in the 6-inch scale. Although, at this point in time, it's still really nice to actually get a hold of the 6-inch Darth Revan so far. So, Hasbro did a really nice job, and it's a really cool thing that Hasbro has made another Fan's Choice character in the line, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of those in the near future for the 6-inch scale, and maybe even the 3 3/4-inch scale. Anyways, we'll now move on to the final day. Before that, please comment and subscribe, and check out Hero Club and Hero Taku. Also check me on Twitter at Darkon633, and don't forget to check down the other channels down below. I'll be back with another review tomorrow, but please don't forget to check the bell at the bottom of the screen in order to see it go up as soon as possible. But for now, I'll be seeing you two. Bye.